Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make this star pencil topper, and we're going to need 53 bands total to make it. The star is made separately and it's made using the hook, and Crafty Ladybug originally came up with this design, and I'm going to put a link in the description to her channel on how to make the star and many other great designs by her. So let's get started. Let's start by making the star, and we need 5 points for the star, and we're going to repeat the same process. I already made 4 points, and I'm using purple, ocean blue, and this teal green for this star I'm going to make, and you can use whatever color combination you want to make your star unique. So I'm going to make 1 with you, and you'll have to pause the video to make 4 more points. Taking your first point or the end of your star, that single band, and we're going to loop it 4 times on the hook, like that. And we want to leave all the loops for our star points on a hook, like I have here. Taking the next band on our star, and that's the second one here, and we're going to single twist double and getting all the 4 loops for the tip of our star off of a hook and onto that single that we doubled. So that's what yours should look like. Taking 2 single bands for the center of our star and pulling the loops off of the hook and onto the 2 single bands and getting the loops onto a hook. So that's what yours should look like. You should have 5 points on your hook, and taking your 11th band for the center of your star, and we're going to pull all the loops off of the hook for our star and getting it onto that single band, and getting the other side onto our hook like that, and then tying a slip knot. And let's open up the loop for the slip knot band, and we'll pull 2 of the star points through, and that holds our slip knot band. So there's a star for our topper, and come back when you're done with your star, and let's do the topper part to attach to a star. Taking a single band, I'm using rainbow, twist double, and we're going to loop it from 1 peg, twist, creating an X, taking a single band, twist double, just going around our loom, crossing in the center, covering 6 pegs. So that's row number 1. Row 2, we're taking orange, and you can use whatever color you want, and we're going to take 6 single bands to cover our 6 pegs. And then we're going to loop the bottom bands up and over, leaving 2 loops left per peg. So I'm going to reach under, grabbing the 4 bottom loops to pull up and over to the center, and leaving us with 2 loops left per peg, and you want to repeat this around our 6 pegs. Leaving 2 loops left per peg, and we want to pull from the outside in to the center of our loom. Push everything down. Row number 3, same thing, taking 6 single bands to cover our 6 pegs. And looping the bottom 2 bands up and over to the center, leaving 2 loops left per peg. And we want to reach from the outside and looping it up and in to the center of our loom for all 6 pegs, leaving 2 loops left per peg. Push each row down. So that was row number 3. Row 4, same thing, taking 6 single bands to cover our 6 pegs. And looping the bottom 2 bands up and over to the center, leaving 2 loops left per peg. Push it down. So that was row number 4. We're going to reduce to 4 pegs. So taking a single band off of the side first peg and working on the left, grabbing the top loop off, and I want to make sure it's attached to the second side peg, which this is not. It's attached to the center first, and moving it or setting it aside, grabbing the other loop off of the side first peg, and this one's attached to the second side peg, and moving it to the center first peg. Now the center first peg has 3 loops, and reattaching the loop we took off first back onto the side first peg. And now moving these 2 loops off of the second side peg and attaching it to the first side peg. The first has 3 loops, the first center has 3 loops, and now grabbing the top loop off of the second right peg, and it's attached to the right first peg, and I do not want that one. So I'm going to loop it or put it aside to the center. Taking the other loop off, it's attached to the bottom third, and I'm moving it to the first right peg. Reattaching the one we took off first back onto the second side peg, and then moving the 2 loops off of the center third and moving it to the right second peg. So the second and first right peg each has 3 loops. Now taking 4 single bands, we're going to cover our 4 pegs. And looping the bottom 3 bands up and over to the center. And we want to be left with 2 loops per peg. Push everything down. Row number 6, we're taking 2 single bands and we're going to cover the 4 pegs like that. And we're going to pull the bottom 2 loops up and over to the center, leaving us with 2 loops left per peg. Push everything down, taking our single band for row 7 and looping it on all 4 pegs. So that's what yours should look like. And then looping the bottom 2 bands up and over to the center, leaving 1 loop left per peg. And let's take the loops off the loom and onto a hook. So there's your topper for your pencil. You should have 4 loops on the hook. And now taking our star, we're going to choose any tip that you want, getting the 4 loops for our tip onto a hook like that, taking a single band and getting all 8 loops off of the hook and onto that single band. So that's what yours should look like. And let's tie a slip knot to attach our star to our topper, and we're going to open up our slip knot band and just loop it a couple times around the topper to tie it off. So there are our star pencil toppers. I hope you like them. Thanks for watching.